guys, welcome to Living Room Live. I'm so happy that you joined us tonight because guess what? It is going to be such a fun show. Listen, fun for me because we are going to have a wine tasting. So if you have your wine at home, if you were cool enough to see my Instagram post that gave you the labels, get your wine out, get drinking. Let's go. Let's have a party tonight because we also have incredible guests. We have Carly Grissom coming to sing with us tonight or for us tonight. It's going to be fantastic. I've known this girl since she was probably 10 years old and she's blossomed into an incredible woman. And I can't wait to see her shine tonight. And of course, we have Sara Abernathy, who is a co-founder and co-owner of Y Hill Kitchen and Brews. Y'all, you got to check them out. She's going to be here to talk to us about their restaurant and she's going to give us a wine tasting. So I am super excited. I'm going to be loose tonight, but I haven't even started drinking yet, but who knows what's gonna happen. We are also so excited to be in here at our new Theater Raleigh Art Center, where we've been doing a number of rentals. We're very excited about the opportunities that this space has given us. As a matter of fact, if you are interested in renting a practice room, a rehearsal hall, a performance space, come here, come hang out with us. We are setting up the lobby. We're gonna have coffee, concessions, eventually beer and wine. It's gonna be a really great place for artists to gather. So check us out. Here's a video that shows you some of the guests that we have hosted here already.
Thank you for opening your arms to us and making this available to us. We were having a mid-year meeting. Jeff and I think of ourselves as performers a little bit too.
I can
and
see
so this
that.
is the perfect venue for us to be in, to be able to pull that off.
Feels good to be on stage, right?
Yeah.
Talking about the friendship train. Get on board and shake a hand. People listen to me now. Harmony is the key. My sisters and brothers, yes it is. I'm telling you, harmony.
Nhớ mãi mấy tình của mẹ quê nấu sông của người em mơ mộng. Và chiều vàng ngát mênh mông là chiều ngày ấy sang sông em chờ trông.
Just like a movie, it was just like a song. My God, this reminds me of when we were
It wasn't easy trying to find a venue that was both safe and a venue that we feel we could give back to the community. And not just the performing arts, which is important to us, but also, you know, Patrick has a son that's active in the performing arts, and we really believe in allowing those things to continue to progress under the circumstances that we face.
But it's been really fun, and I appreciate so much your commitment to supporting the arts in this area and local businesses. We all got to stick together, right?
Absolutely.
100%. We appreciate yours as well, and
Thank you.
happy to be able to utilize such a great facility.
Well, I hope you'll come back. Oh, it has been so fun to host all these different artists, groups, meetings, etc. in this space, and I'm really looking forward to one day us all collaborating here together. We're doing it in a very safe way. It's a very large space, so if you are interested in renting, give us a call or email rentals@theaterraleigh.com, like the video said. And while I have you, also before we get rolling with this show, please donate to Theater Raleigh. We still need your help. We are still in the middle of this pandemic. We're almost there. I see the light at the end of the tunnel for sure. But we could use any help that you feel compelled to give us. So donate to us, to any other arts organization that you know we're still struggling through. And I also want to make sure I give a major shout out and thank you to First Citizens. They are our virtual theater experience sponsor. They have helped us get through this pandemic, and they have helped us bring you, let me do it the right way. They have helped us bring you all these amazing performances, not only Living Room Live, but character building and reunion specials, et cetera. And we've got some really cool things up our sleeve. So that's going to be happening very soon. So thank you, First Citizens, for helping us out through this time. And while you're on YouTube, go ahead and donate. Wow, subscribe. I haven't started drinking the wine yet. I cannot say words. So there you go. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. And we're trying to get to that 1,000 subscriber mark. We're close. We're over 800. It's pretty daggone good. Another thing I wanted to announce is we were going to be telling the winner of our new Works reading series today if they were going to be given the opportunity to do a show here, do a reading here at our space, and that Theater Raleigh would fully produce. And we are going to do that very soon. But we have had so many scripts. We had over 120 scripts submitted. And so we only have a few eyeballs that can read these scripts. So we are diligently getting through them. I do believe by the end of the week, we are going to be able to announce who is going to have the opportunity to produce a reading here at this space. So bear with us. That announcement is coming soon, and I'm very excited. All these plays are amazing. It's going to be very, very hard to choose. Okay, I'm going to tell you a little bit about our first guest. I told you a tad bit at the top, Carly Grissom. She's a North Carolina native and an alum of the North Carolina Theater Conservatory. Her first show was Christmas Story with North Carolina Theater and Theater Raleigh. She has starred as Mary Fagan in Parade at Theater Raleigh and will be also in our upcoming production of Chicago. So excited about that. Her credits at North Carolina Theater include Star to Be in Annie, Newsies, Spamalot, Grease, Les Mis, Evita. Oh, she said starring Lauren Kennedy. Sure did. And Oliver. Carly has also worked at Justice Theater Project and in their productions of Ragtime and Secret Garden. Ladies and gentlemen, here she is, Carly Grissom. Hey, girl.
Hi.
Let's give her an applause. That's right. It's almost like we have a studio audience.
Yeah.
We just have a
pretty much
a crew, a tech team. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I mean, I wasn't kidding. I think I've known you since you were about 10. How
Yeah.
old were you when we did Evita together?
I was 11.
Okay, so 11.
Yeah. I remember meeting you when I was really little, though.
Really?
When I was like 4, and you did Beauty and the Beast here, and I went backstage. And
you were like, Belle,
yeah, I was
why
like,
are
it's
you,
Belle.
why do you have blonde hair off stage? That's weird.
I actually remember thinking that. Like, literally thought
Did
that.
it like ruin the
no,
suspension
no,
of disbelief?
I think that was probably something that sparked something in me. Or
Oh,
something.
oh yeah,
I
like,
don't know.
oh, wigs. Like, I'm blonde. I could wear a wig and be
Yeah,
Belle.
yeah.
There you go. Did you always want to do theater?
Pretty much.
Yeah, it was just
Yeah.
always your thing?
Yeah, I can't really ever remember wanting to do anything else. It was always like, if I wanted to do something else, it was like that and acting or theater.
Yeah.
It was like, I want to be a lawyer and be an actor at the same time. I want to be a veterinarian and an actor, an interior designer and an actor.
Wow.
But I just
I
want to
mean,
be
you
an
could
actor.
do it. I could see that you would be able to handle all
I'm not
that.
really passionate about those things. But a lot of work.
That is so funny. I was thinking, well, lawyer and actor are kind of similar, but
Yeah.
then you took a real left turn with veterinarian. I didn't know how to tie that one together.
Yeah, I would not be able to do that realistically ever.
Is it just because you love pets and
Yes.
animals?
Yes.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
a special thing that they do for sure. So you grew up in the North Carolina Theater Conservatory, obviously. I mean, I saw you do a million shows there. What do you think that, you know, you got most out of your training at NCT? I mean, and I ask it because a lot of people have come through NCT Conservatory
Yeah.
and they do, you know, a lot of people have gone off and done amazing things. What do you
Yeah.
think it is about the training there that's helped?
I mean, it was just so special that I feel like there's nowhere like it. I felt like I was treated like such a professional from the time that I started taking classes there, but not in the way that, like, you know, everything was the end of the world all the time, but
Right.
we were treated not like little kids, but like little adults or something.
I love that.
And so I felt like I was able to really recognize that I actually like to do this because we were taking it pretty seriously.
Right.
And
And
yeah.
teachers, I'm sure, were inspiring
Oh
to
my gosh,
you.
they were
and
so
yeah.
inspiring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And getting to have that sort of partnership with North Carolina Theater, the theater itself, and get to go on stage and do shows all the while you were studying and working with New York professionals.
Yeah, that's pretty invaluable. It was pretty special.
Yeah, I felt that same way too, because I
Yeah.
didn't come up through the conservatory. I'm too old for all that. Back then, in my day, they only had like a summer camp. but I did the summer camps,
Yeah.
and then I got to do shows. So it
Yeah.
was sort of like the incubation period of what it's turned into, I think, for sure.
Totally.
That's so cool. Well,
Yeah.
you're like a crazy triple threat talented gal. I mean, first of all, you could be a model too. I've seen all your pictures on your website as I was like stalking you in preparation for the show.
That probably needs to be updated.
No, you look
thoroughly.
amazing. I mean, just so you're an incredible dancer, an incredible singer, fantastic actor.
Thank you.
Was there one that you're more like passionate or driven
Yes.
towards? Like, what is it?
Acting.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think it's always been acting. I think there were times where it was dancing,
Sure.
but it's always been the acting in
Yeah.
all of them. That
Well, as a
that I
dancer,
come
you
back to.
know, the expression is so much, and
Yes,
really being
that's
able to
that's
act.
what I always felt that I could always lean back on
Yeah.
because I knew that I always had that. Like I'm not the most flexible person or the strongest person or I can't do all the tricks, but I knew that I could deliver like the story
Yeah.
and do what
That's
they asked.
That's a really big deal. So the acting, huh? Do you see yourself doing TV and film, or you do?
Yes,
That was a like maybe.
I hope so.
That's cool.
Yeah. I've been trying to get like back more into that.
Yeah.
During
so
this whole thing.
I guess that's like the $100,000 question for everybody right now is, I know you were in school and now the pandemic has happened and you're here back in Raleigh. What are your plans now? Are you gonna go to New York?
Yes,
Or?
I am planning to go to New York in the fall.
Uh-huh.
And that's a pretty solid plan right now. Before it was like, my friend who was gonna be my roommate,
Yeah.
we kept pushing it. We were like, oh, we'll do it in the winter. Oh, we'll do it
Yeah.
in the spring, whatever.
Yeah.
But, so I'm planning to move in the fall.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
That is very exciting.
Yeah.
Whoa. I mean, it's going to be slow coming back, I'm sure. So you'll
Yes.
get like really be able to put one foot in front of the other
Yeah.
and not feel overwhelmed.
I'm trying to get as much day job experience
Yeah.
here while I can because I know that, there's not going to be as much theater. Like I'm not going to get like hired immediately. What's going to be going on?
Well, Equity just put out that
Yes, it's true.
the protocols, the safety protocols about getting people back to work,
Yeah.
which is very exciting.
I know. I'm feeling hope.
I'm feeling very hopeful
Yeah.
that we're going to be able to be doing shows here as we've planned in July and September and October in the
It's
fall.
really exciting.
So even though you go to New York, you got to promise me you'll come back
I'll
for
come
Chicago.
back. Of course, of course.
Mom and Dad will put you up maybe for a minute.
Yes. Oh, I hope so.
That is awesome that you're going and you're heading out on your career. It's just such a very exciting period of time. You
Yeah.
have everything in front of you, and you're prepared.
Yes, yeah. I was up there right before
Yeah, I
everything
think I did
happened.
remember
just
that.
very briefly.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a trial run.
Sure.
But,
I
yeah.
remember that actually. But so you're not only prepared as an artist because you have this arsenal of education, not only the conservatory, but then Shenandoah University and all that. Now you're ready to hit it, but you also clearly have, the experience in your side hustles. If you've been spending this year figuring out like what else you can do while
Yep.
you're, so what have you been doing?
Nannying. And hopefully at some point, maybe this summer, I'll like barista or something. Maybe
There you
work at
go.
like a grocery store. Just random things to have. Some
Are
stuff to fall
you
back on.
interested in working at Theater Raleigh behind the bar or as a
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's the same thing on my resume. As any other coffee shop.
I just love the idea of creating a space where artists are used in
Yeah.
every facet because
That would be really
we
cool.
always have to have a side hustle. Like that's
Yes.
just a part of the gig.
Yep.
Is that you got to save money while you got the big jobs, but then there's periods of time where it's like famine.
Yeah.
And so I love the idea of having something where artists can pick up work
Yeah.
between gigs.
That's really
so
cool.
that's kind of my hope and dream of what we're going to be doing here.
That's really cool.
I love it. So when you started out performing, you're telling me that the very first show you ever did was Christmas Story? No, it couldn't have been. Just the first thing you did for Theater Raleigh.
That was the first like
Professional
professional thing
show?
I
Okay.
did. I don't know. I probably did I did some elementary school play.
Mm-hmm.
I did NCT conservatory summer camp
Yeah.
for kids,
Yeah.
not STAS yet or
Oh, I
anything
see.
because I was too young for that. But I did a summer camp where we sang some songs from hair, maybe.
That's really appropriate for
It's really
children.
appropriate. I was 7 years old. And
Excellent.
I had a solo. I remember that. It was really small though, but it wasn't a big one. But yeah.
I should have pulled out the video of you as Mary Fagan in
Oh my gosh.
Parade. Oh my God, you were so good.
That's like still one of my favorite shows I've ever been a
But
part
what
of.
were
It was
you,
so special.
14?
Yes, 14.
I mean, literally feels like yesterday to me.
Yes.
And the fact that you're now like a grown woman, it's like
really weird.
It's making me feel really, really crazy.
I feel
old.
14, so right now at least.
Seriously, right? I still feel so young. But you've got a long way to go. But like, I still feel so young, and I'm like, wait a minute, what? I'm almost 50. What's my daughter's 17th birthday today?
I know.
Isn't that
Tell her
crazy?
I said happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Riley. If you're watching, you're probably not.
Yeah, I hope not. It's her birthday.
It's her birthday.
Yeah.
She's probably kicking back.
Yeah.
So if you were 14, you were such a star. You know, I always thought about how cool it must have been for you to have that experience working with Eric Woodall as the
Oh my God,
director,
it was the
and
coolest
Zach
thing ever.
Prince coming in from New York and doing.
So cool.
And you sat in a tree.
I sat in a tree. That was pretty cool.
I mean, how cool was the tree, though? Like, seriously.
So cool. That was just the best. That was just the best
I
production
wish
ever.
that I had video and pictures to show. Oh my God, she was so beautiful, sitting up in this tree, looking down on the trial. It was really beautiful direction. Were you
Yeah.
ever worried you'd fall, though?
Huh?
Were you ever worried that you were going to fall, though?
No, but there was one time, maybe it was like the first tech or something, but something was weird. We ended up fixing it, but there was a moment that was scary, and maybe like my dress got caught. or
Yeah,
something.
I literally was thinking there was a dress snag.
Yes, something like that. Oh. But it wasn't really that scary. It wasn't that high. I would have been fine.
I don't know. As a producer and the star of it, I was probably like, ugh.
I do remember falling while I was just like entering the stage in the opening of the show one time. But
Well,
other
that's
than that-
just classic. That's just like rite of passage.
Yeah.
Opening night of Broadway, Sunset Boulevard, fell, face planted. That sure did. That was me, dead center, fell.
Good.
Yeah, I was like, really? This is my debut? Great. I guess it can only go up from here. So what is like the craziest thing that's ever happened to you on stage?
It was during parade, and I'm sure you remember it. There, you have to remember this.
I
When
don't
I
know.
didn't go on stage.
Oh my God, I do remember now. I do remember.
Like, oh my gosh, I just missed my entrance. I was just sitting there. I wasn't even doing anything. I was just
Yep.
sitting, and it was just one of those things. And I just like
You heard
heard
your
my cue
music?
line. It's just one where I had a couple lines in a scene, but I have like 3 scenes in the whole show, and
Well, that's when you're in danger of really missing, is when you have these huge breaks.
and that was my huge break. It
Yeah.
was like Act 2 or something, and I heard my cue line, and I was like, I missed it, and then I just tears,
Oh, I
sobs,
remember.
like
I do
panic
remember.
attack.
But
like,
isn't it good to know that like I don't remember now? Like
Yes.
I'm not like, remember when Carly forgot her entrance? Like I'm not
in the
mad
moment,
about
I was like, I'm never gonna get cast.
You're
for
like, I'm
anything
never
again.
gonna work again. Oh my God, I remember you being so upset and so sad.
I was really-
I feel like I told you the story about Judy Kuhn in Sunset Boulevard.
Yes, you told me. I feel
probably
like
told
a
you a
couple
bunch of stories.
because I was just like out of my mind.
Did I tell you my Les Mis story, which I
I think
probably
so.
told on the show, which is like I fell asleep, hardcore between the like the bullet boy on the barricade, and then you come on as Dead Fontaine,
Yeah.
come with me. Lauren Kennedy, please report to the stage. I was like, still like not in my white gown, the whole thing. They were literally putting the wig on me as I was walking out. Come with me. They're pinning it and go. It was crazy. That was
worst feeling.
mortifying.
It's the worst. You just like in that moment, it feels like the end of the world.
I know, but it's
fine.
not. It happens to everybody. It
Right.
happens to everybody. And I always say, if you do it once, you'll never do it again.
Yeah,
But
I
that's
really
not
learned
true.
from that.
I did
Yeah, I
do it.
know.
I did it again.
Maybe I won't. Maybe it won't be as bad the next time. Maybe I won't react as crazy.
You were so sweet. God, you were so talented and are still so talented. And we're going to get to hear you sing. So Carly is going to sing for us tonight. I'm very, very excited. She's going to sing 3 songs. But before we get to Carly, we're going to have Sara Abernathy from Y Hill come out. And we're going to chat and talk to her about the restaurant and about her career in the theater and how exciting it is that she's a part of our community now. And then Carly is going to join us for a wine tasting. So we're very excited about what's coming up next. So ladies and gentlemen, I want to show you a little video of Wye Hill. If you don't know about this restaurant, you need to make your reservations right away. It is so cool. The patio of all patios in Raleigh. It should win #1 on a top 10 list for sure. Here's a little video to show you all about the restaurant. And here she is, Sara Abernathy. Thank you so much for joining me tonight.
Thank you for having
Oh my
me,
God, it's been so fun to, first of all, get to know you and become
Yes.
friends with you over this these last few years. But another fun part, I think, about doing the show and having this platform is also not only promoting and supporting and celebrating artists, but also local businesses, local entrepreneurs as yourself and your husband Chris. So I'm just really excited to have you.
We are so thrilled to be here.
Just share your story
Yes.
because you're a theater girl too, a
Yes.
singer, and
Yes.
so I'm really interested in knowing sort of what your trajectory was. Like, did you go to New York after you graduated from UNC? Like, tell me your story.
Yes, I did. And as I'm sure many of you out there can relate, my career path I thought it was going to go like this.
Yes.
And then it was like this and this and, just
Yes.
sort of all over the place. But I will say, I think no matter where I've landed, I have found a stage of some sort in every pursuit.
The service industry,
Yes.
you're out there performing, making
Yes.
sure everybody's happy
Yes.
and enjoying their experience.
So I did go to New York, and I would, Carly, I wish you the very, very best of luck, girl. You are going to be amazing. But I would encourage anybody out there to go for it, to
Yeah.
really go for it if you have that bug in you. Don't let the current state of the world deter you from that. It is an experience that cannot be replicated. I don't regret it for a minute.
Yeah.
But it was not my forever.
Sure.
It was a small chapter of my life. I did end up taking a fundraising internship at Carnegie Hall
Oh,
just to
cool.
try something different, and I loved talking to people. And I loved classical music. My background is as a classical musician, classical singer. And that led to a really fortuitous job opportunity at La Jolla Playhouse in San Diego. I
Right.
took a huge leap of faith, moved out there, didn't know anyone, and immediately met my husband, Chris.
There you go. And he was working at La Jolla.
And he was the technical director at La Jolla. Yeah.
I love it. And so
Yeah.
you were spending your life out there, you were falling in
Yes.
love, you had great jobs. How
Actual
exciting.
paradise in San Diego.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
it's amazing. Another reason I've connected with you too, my husband is from San Diego, so we have that vibe. We love that
Yes.
place. So you met him, you were doing your thing. What was it that was the impetus to be like, sure, let's go back to Raleigh, North Carolina, where you're from?
Yes, I mean, Raleigh being my hometown and your hometown,
Yep.
definitely, we've got deep roots here.
Absolutely.
And so it's always felt like a safe place to land no matter what. But we were getting to a point with San Diego and also with where we were in our careers where we were feeling itchy.
Sure.
We were a little, I don't want to say the word bored, but we were itchy. And we wondered, well, is San Diego our forever home? Or could there be other opportunities for us out there? We're really handy, we're really gutsy, we're not afraid to take a leap of faith. And we looked at a few different cities, somewhere we had family, that were the easiest options for us. But we took a trip back to Raleigh-Durham in the fall, which was like,
Yeah, it was
like
perfect.
everything was alive in the fall. And we just had a really lovely weekend visiting family, and we decided that that would be our spot also when I showed my husband the housing market prices here in North Carolina as opposed to Southern California.
He's like, yes.
Yeah, it was easy for him to be like, okay, that sounds good. So we landed in Durham. We loved Durham, but we just made the move to Raleigh officially this year.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Yeah.
So you've shortened your commute from your house to your work.
Yes.
Because as you know, like, I mean, when you're running something and building something, you were at your work all the time.
All the time.
It must have been
Every day.
crazy.
Well, we didn't really realize how intense it was until we actually house sat for someone in the Village District, formerly known as Cameron Village, and we were 5 minutes away as opposed to being 30 minutes away. And we're like, oh, what have we been doing all this time? This is insane.
We could like pop home for, you know.
For a shower, for a break, for like a snack, who knows what. And we have animals at home, and so that was a really good choice for us.
Yeah,
for
good.
sure.
Well, I'm glad that you did that.
Yes.
And you took, what was the Boylan Heights Brewery? Did I say that right?
Yes. So it was the Boylan Bridge Brew Pub.
There it is.
Was the storied location that it actually was one of the first craft breweries in Raleigh before the movement really
And
took
I had been a
off.
couple times. I mean, it was super chill.
Yeah,
And
sure.
I remember thinking, oh, this patio is awesome. This view of Raleigh is killer. Yeah. The food, you know, it was like great. It was like a chill, like relaxed thing. So was it that you went to that spot and you were like, oh, we love this? I mean, how did you pick that spot, or how did that even come about?
I would categorize this as a big magic moment. You know, you have these moments in your life where the universe asks you to dance, and you say yes or you say no. So there were a couple of factors at play. When Chris and I were talking about our big future together, one thing he kept saying over and over that would drive me crazy was, I think I'd be really good running a restaurant, coming from the man who I've never seen wash a dish ever. And so I'm like, that's interesting. That's really cute that you think that, but you've never had any experience. And I, being, you know,
An artist,
an
you probably
artist,
worked in
I've had,
restaurants.
you know, I've been in hospitality for almost 20 years in various different roles to make ends meet.
Yeah.
And so we always said that, and I'm like, okay, cool. And then we were looking around for a project. We didn't know exactly what it was going to look like. We thought, well, maybe we'll flip houses. That's funny. Or maybe we'll buy a barn and turn it into an event space. Or maybe we didn't know what it was going to look like exactly, but we knew there was like some magic with events.
And hands-on and building
hands-on,
things.
and we did have a background in being creative, and we actually did have a background in sales, marketing, and hospitality.
Yeah.
And so on one glorious December day, we went to the Boylan Bridge Brew Pub. We sat down, we had a glass of wine. It was 65 degrees outside, and we were the only two people there. And we thought, how can this be?
Yeah.
Look at this view, look at this patio. Could you imagine what it could be if someone, you know, put some love into it? And we ended up meeting the previous owner through a family connection, and little by little, he was a carpenter as well, so he and Chris really connected on that front. They became very friendly, and it came out that really, you know, he was looking to move on and take the next chapter of his life too. But what was so amazing is we know that we were not the first to make an offer. So many before us made an offer on that spot.
Really?
And it was luck, it was fate, it was destiny, it was all of those things that
just brought it together.
That brought it together.
Oh my God, and you guys have done an amazing job. As we've just shown in that video, the aesthetic is so gorgeous. And what you've done to the patio is amazing. And I feel like I remember Chris telling stories about like building a lot of it himself and bringing out the group from San Diego.
I think a lot of people actually don't know that we are theater people.
That's so funny.
And so you have opening night. Yeah. It is the hardest deadline in any industry, right? So we turned it over in 3 weeks.
Amazing.
With Chris's brothers came out to help, family came out to help, but it was family and friends, like, you know, painting the walls
posters and
yes, exactly.
That's exciting.
And we opened on time.
And you birthed this amazing thing. I mean, that is not only a great place to enjoy a night, you know, on a lovely, you know, spring evening like now, but it's a brewery.
It is a craft brewery, yes.
I mean, it's incredible. And now you're getting into wines
Yes,
too, which we're going to hear all
yes,
about when we do our tasting. It's just offering such a cool experience for people. And the food is amazing. It's amazing.
We're very grateful. We have a great team. I will hand it back to the team every time. And we've been through a roller coaster, as have you this year.
Yes.
But our vision for that space really was to elevate every element of it to what the view of Raleigh is. Because you have an unmatched view of the city.
Yep.
So if you have an ambiance, a menu, a curated beer list, a curated wine list that is leveled up to what that view is, that's where the magic would happen. And people have been asking for that, I think, for some time.
Absolutely. And I also think, too, one of the rainbows of, COVID and this period of time, too, is it's really helped you utilize that patio because everybody's looking for outdoor space. And I feel like it's going to stay with us. I think for a long time, people are going to still want to be outside.
I think so. It saved us.
Yeah.
The patio saved us.
It's amazing.
Yes.
Because if you live in a place like Raleigh where you can really be outside most of the year, there's just a few months or a few weeks here and there where it's not good, and you've gotten the tents and all that kind of stuff, it's just created such an awesome atmosphere. It's really cool to see what you guys have done. I'm so glad you're blossoming and thriving. It's so cool.
So everyone come visit us.
Yes, go to Y Hill. You will not regret it. It's amazing. Get your reservations because they're booked a lot. And we're going to have Sara back in a moment as we move into Carly's performance. We're going to be setting up a little wine tasting shop, but I want you to enjoy Carly Grissom singing a few songs for you tonight, accompanied by Jay Wright. Take it away, Carly.
And flows of angel hair and ice cream castles in the air and feather canyons everywhere. I've looked at clouds that way, but now they only block the sun. They rain and snow on everyone. So many things I would have done, but clouds got in my way. I've looked at clouds from both sides now, from up and down, and still somehow it's cloud illusions. I recall I really don't know clouds at all. Moons and Junes and Ferris wheels, that dizzy dancing way you feel as every fairy tale comes real. I've looked at love that way, but now it's just another show. You leave them laughing when you go, and if you care, don't let them know. Don't give yourself away. I've looked at love from both sides now, from give and take, and still somehow it's love's illusions. I recall I really don't know love at all. Tears and fears and feeling proud to say I love you right out loud. Dreams and schemes and circus crowds, I've looked at life that way. But now old friends are acting strange. They shake their heads, they say I've changed. Well, something's lost, but something's gained in living every really don't know life at all. Put inside a picture frame some tables and a coffee pot, a uniform, a girl of 23. Sitting at a table, put a man of 37, as exotic as that girl would ever see. Have her standing over him and laughing as he's asking her a question no one thought to ask before. Color him with mystery and color her with danger, and expose them just enough to wish for more. And there was something there between us, something I could never name, something stronger, something stranger, more than quicksand, more than flame, another life. Further down the gallery, a picture of a couple on a honeymoon in Marrakesh somewhere. See him with his camera at his eye, and see her grasping at his hand, afraid he doesn't know she's there. And there was something deep inside him, something I could never reach, like he saw it getting closer in a window on a beach, another life. Another life, but I believed I'd grow to be the thing he needed most to see. And if our nights just stay this hard, I'd break him down, he'd open up. Well, obviously not. Back there in the shadow, find a picture of a woman wearing 4 years of confusion like a scar. Walking through a door and leaving nothing but a note that says, "I'm sorry, Robert," taped to her guitar. And there's so much another life. You don't know this man. You don't know a thing. You come here with these horrifying stories, these contemptible conceits, and you say you understand how a man's heart beats, but you don't know a thing. You don't know this man. You don't even try. When a man writes his mother every Sunday, pays his bills before they're due, works so hard to feed his family, there's your murderer for you, and you stand there spitting words that you know aren't true, but you don't know this man. I don't think you could. You don't have the right to know a man that wise and good. He is a decent man. He is an honest man. And you don't know. And you never will. Not from me, not from anyone who knows him. Not a morsel, not a crumb, not a clue. I have nothing more to say to you.
Dramatic exit by Carly. Carly, thank you so much. That was beltrous. That was amazing.
Thank you.
Do you remember in Parade when I sang that song on opening night and there was no sound?
Yes.
Somebody had tripped on the keyboard and I sang that song a cappella. I couldn't hear it. Nobody could hear it. I mean, she was
could not
playing.
imagine.
Don't you worry. Somebody was in there banging on the keys, but nobody heard it. And I was just, okay, here I go, a cappella.
Show must go on.
Show must go on.
Crazy.
Exactly. Not so. Oh, you sounded amazing. Thank you so much. And look what we've done for you. You did so well that we're going to be presenting you with some gorgeous wine.
This is so exciting.
Are you ready to sing another song after you have a sip or
I
two?
think so.
You think you can make it happen?
So. Fingers crossed.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Sarah, tell us what we've got.
Yes. Well, before I do get started pouring these wonderful wines, I did want to share with our guests that, like many of you perhaps out there, my quarantine habit was drinking wine.
Absolutely. Yes, turned it into a good thing.
Yes. No, I am mostly joking, but I did decide to pursue a dream that I've had for some time, which is just get some formal wine education. And I thought it could, benefit our business. It would be joyful for me, and it has been really, really fun. I'm so excited to share this with you.
So you're taking like a real, I don't know, tiptoe into sommelier world course?
Yeah. I'm in.
Like you're doing, you're deep diving.
Yes, I'm
It's
neck
not
deep.
a tiptoe.
No,
it's a whole thing.
No, I'm in the pool.
Oh, that's so
I'm chilling
cool.
with my rosé in the pool. Anybody can join me anytime. But the thing I will say is that I think wine can be a very intimidating topic for a lot of people.
Sure.
So I feel really passionate about tasting with folks who are beginners and who just want to learn more and you know, get their juice on.
Yes, I too took a wine course during quarantine with my friend Ashley, and it was a virtual course, obviously, with people across the country. I'll talk about it while you pour, sure. But it was so fun because I had never had the experience of like smelling, tasting, swishing around in my mouth and stuff. You know, it's very exciting. I love the idea of having wine not just be a beverage, but be a whole experience.
And it should be a whole experience. I think what's been the most exciting part of this journey is seeing wine as almost a time machine. Like there have been wines that I've tasted and experienced that have taken me back quite literally in time. And that's been so fun, and so I hope to create more of those memories. I mean, maybe these wines will transport me back in time to this moment.
Hey, you've like never
Right?
had that crazy show.
Yes.
So you're saying it's attached to memory. It's attached to, because I also thought maybe you meant like literally the barrel is like a time machine. It captures
Well,
like
it kind
the
of is, you know.
1973 Burgundy or whatever.
Yes, but the thing about wine is it's alive.
Yeah.
It's alive all the time. It's alive as you're making it through the process. It's alive even in the bottle as it ages. So
that's weird.
It is weird. But it's going to taste different on any day that you open it than it might taste on any other day.
That's interesting.
Yes.
Is it because of the yeasts in there? I made that up. I don't know.
Well, it depends.
Maybe yeast
on
is more beer.
Well, yeast is part of the winemaking process for sure. You get sugar, you get yeast. The yeast eats the sugar and farts out alcohol, and that's how that happens. Yeah.
But here's a fart in a bottle.
Yes. Well, for beer and also for champagne, where you have a secondary fermentation, the farts are the farts are the potential of the bubbles, and so it's only when you open the container that the bubbles come out. Yes. Yes. No, that's so glorious. I can't believe I just started talking about farts. But we're having fun. We're having fun. So what I brought for you today, these are two wines that we do have at Y Hill. I wanted to bring a rosé because I love Lauren and she loves rosé. But I also wanted to share one of our brand new wines, our newest wines that we just released last week.
Amazing.
And put this on our menu. And these have a more of a contrast than just in their appearance, which you can clearly see. This one is pink.
Very pink.
And this one is red.
Yeah.
This is a rosé of Sangiovese that comes from Washington State, which is actually a cooler climate.
Interesting.
And then this is a Tempranillo that comes from the Ribera del Duero region of Spain, which is a very warm climate. So we're going to experience a little bit of both at our tasting here today.
And what is cool versus warm? What does that do to the grapes?
It depends on the globe where you are, but generally with a cooler climate, the grapes have a harder time ripening. So you don't get as much residual sugar that you then have to manage in the winemaking process.
I see.
And you will have a later harvest, so you'll want to plan all of your resources for later in the harvest season. In a warmer climate, Tempranillo is a grape that loves warm climates, and actually as we're experiencing some global warming, I think more and more winemakers are planting Tempranillo around the globe because that's where the world is going, unfortunately. So it will ripen faster, in fact. It will have more residual sugar. You'll get more ripe, richer, deeper fruit flavors, and when it has more sugar, it will likely have more alcohol. So it will be a more alcoholic wine.
I see. Like, what's classic? Like 11% or?
Generally 12.
12, okay.
You can get all the way up to 16.
Whoa.
Which is, you know, you're going to watch yourself.
That is something I learned in my class, is that European wines usually have less alcohol content than American wines. Because there's less sugar.
It depends where you are.
Oh, okay.
But yes, in general, yes. In Germany, for example, it's really cold there. It's almost like impossible.
Yeah.
It's almost impossible. It's a miracle that you can grow grapes and make beautiful wine in Germany. But Rieslings, which is the most prominent white grape that they grow in Germany, they might have 8%, 9%. So you could sip on that all afternoon and not be silly, not be sloppy, you know?
Might take a little nap.
But then you're good. Yeah, sure.
All right, let's drink some wine.
Let's get into it, ladies. So we'll start with our rosé here. And generally when we taste wine, in my training with the Wine Spirit Education and Trust, we use a process called the systematic approach to tasting. But I'm going to say this in basic terms that anybody at home can understand and enjoy, because we're here to have fun, right?
Yeah.
So the 4 basic steps of tasting wine. First, you do want to look at it. you want to assess the color here. And with this particular one, I'm going to hold it up to my white napkin here.
Can you see?
There I go.
Nice.
This is actually a gorgeous color.
It is
it's like
more
a really
strawberry
deep pink.
pink than I'm used to.
Yes. And so what that might tell me is, this may have had more time in contact with skins in the tank. Yeah. So rosé wine is typically made from red grapes, gets the color from the skins, and it sometimes can be in contact for an hour, sometimes days. This one I would expect it to be longer. So our next step is going to be, let's give it a swirl, and we're going to sniff. So we've brought these fabulous wine glasses from Wye Hill with a really big opening. We're going to stick our nose real deep in the wine. Give it a big loud sniff, don't be shy. So you might be, that smells like wine, Sarah. Cool, cool, cool. It smells like wine.
Wine. Does it smell like?
Wine.
Farts, actually.
No. I hope not. That might be a sign of a fault in a wine.
No, I'm kidding.
Definitely does not.
It's not. It smells like sweet tarts to me, actually.
Sweet tarts.
Sweet
Isn't that
tarts,
interesting? Yes. So is it making your tongue water a little bit
yes, and
as
my
you're smelling
jaw.
it? Yeah. So we've got some, I'm going to call strawberry on the nose.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
definitely some
Sweet tart.
citrus, so sweet tart, right?
Yes.
That's a pretty well done tasting note there, Lauren.
Well, you know,
Yeah, nice job.
I have had a virtual class.
Yes. So I would say strawberry, red fruit, maybe even citrus. Maybe I would go so far as to say orange.
Yeah,
or
I
since
smell
it
that.
smells a little bit on the sweeter side, blood orange.
Ooh.
Yum, right? But even a little bit like strawberry jam even, you could even go that far. Yeah. So then this is the fun part. We get to taste it,
Okay.
right? All right, so let's give it a big, generous swig. And you just want to let it coat your whole mouth, coat your whole tongue. Sometimes you'll see people,
Swish it like
they look like they're swishing or gargling or gagging. It's pretty repulsive, honestly.
No, literally,
but
I used to do that. My husband made fun of me.
it is to release the aromas on the palate is the purpose of aerating it in your mouth like that. So,
Wait, it has it's not as dry to me as like a lighter rosé that I've had in the past.
So this one's definitely a fuller-bodied rosé.
Fuller,
It's
yes.
not that it's sweet.
No.
It's very fruity.
It's very fruity,
Yeah.
which is
Very
different
fruity.
than sweet.
So we
for
would call
sure.
that fruit forward.
Ah, fruit forward.
Ah,
Nice. But you know what's so
yes.
interesting, and maybe it's like, you know, by association, because you just said about the strawberry jam, but I do taste a jammy thing more than I smelled it.
Yep. So that's
Interesting.
another interesting thing. When you're tasting the wine, you can think about, did that taste like I expected it to based on smell?
Yeah.
Or is there something else that's coming out in the glass as I'm drinking it? If you're asking yourself, why do we smell wine? Some of you at home might have that question. Why do we smell wine? It's actually because your sense of smell can detect hundreds of thousands of flavor combinations. Your palate can detect 5.
What? Seriously?
Yeah. So that's why we smell wine. Isn't that amazing?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's
5.
so interesting.
Just
5. I mean, it's the 5 senses on your taste buds: salty, bitter, sweet, umami, and whatever is it sour, bitter?
I don't know.
Salty,
You
sweet, and umami. That's it.
You lost me at umami.
But this one's fun. So the reason why I picked this for Wye Hill, actually, it was meant to be a rosé for cooler weather, fall and winter,
Got
because
it.
it's got more
Yeah,
body
it
to it. It's
does.
got more,
It does.
you know. Actually, I think there is. Yeah, this is higher in alcohol, almost at 13% than most rosés, and it's just so pretty. And I
It
wanted
is
something pretty
so
to look at all
pretty.
winter as
It
I
is-
was crying every single day, hoping that my business would survive.
No, it's so gorgeous. It really, it does makes you smile for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
As rosé should. As rosé should.
Absolutely.
Another tip I want to give you ladies and everyone at home about rosé is don't save it, just drink it. Rosé is not meant to be collected. Rosé
Really?
is meant to be drunk young.
Yeah.
So if this one's 2019, so now we're in 2021, this one's almost going to be past its prime.
And how do they say what the prime is? Or it's just like the winemakers are like, oh, this is going to ripen and be great in 2 years? Or how do they know?
With rosé, it's not typical that they would even assign such a thing.
Just here, just drink it.
Just drink it. You know, YOLO.
It's real good.
Yeah,
Drink
it's
it.
real
You're
good. Just drink it. So if you have rosé at home that you've been saving, crush it.
Or if you got this bottle and you're playing along at home, let us know in the chat if you have any notes or fragrances that you are smelling.
Yes, yes, yes.
Because I will read them. That's so good. And I'm just gonna down it. Here
I
we go.
really do like this one a lot. All right.
That
Oh,
is
and
so
the fourth
good.
step.
What?
Let's not forget the fourth step.
Let's not.
The fourth step in the systematic approach to tasting is conclude. But in my personal life, I like to just ask, do you like it?
Yes,
Yes.
that is
Do
something
you
I
like
would
it?
order
Yes.
at a restaurant.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
So good. I like the fruitiness. I like
Yeah.
fruity as opposed to sugary.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, are you, as a wine drinker, are you red,
I'm more
white, or
white and rosé.
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Who doesn't
Fruity.
love rosé?
Oh my God, it's so
Are
good.
you a monster, sociopath? You don't
Yeah,
love rosé?
right.
I don't know.
It's so
just-
cute. It's really
cute.
cute. And you get to say things like rosé all day.
Yes, absolutely. All right, let's move on to our Tempranillo. Have you tried Tempranillo, Carly,
No,
in the
I'm
past?
probably not.
Okay, well, welcome.
Maybe.
Welcome, welcome. Cheers.
When I was
welcome.
doing
Your
my
first rosé,
research
I'm
about
honored.
Tempranillo, did I say it right? Tempranillo?
Tempranillo.
It said it was a black grape.
Yeah.
Well, what's the difference between black and red?
So there are actually only white grapes and black grapes.
Okay.
Yes. Black grapes, red grapes, same thing.
Oh, it's the same thing. Okay, got you.
Same thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like,
because
oh,
when they
this is
ripen, they look
really
they are
dark.
black.
Yeah.
They are black. Yeah.
So, and are there different kinds of grapes that like the flesh is darker, or some of it is lighter? I don't know.
Millions.
Really, just all different
Millions.
varietals.
Oh yes, all different varietals.
That's so cool.
I don't even think we have documentation yet of all of the varietals that exist.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I'm very excited about this because
Yes.
I don't even think I've drank this before.
Tempranillo, typically if you buy a Tempranillo, more likely than not, it's from Rioja, the Rioja region of Spain. Ribera del Duero, I love rolling my R's like that, it's so fun.
You sing a lot of arias, didn't you? Back in your day.
Yes. Well, that's also a warm up because when it's very polleny outside, if I try to if I try and do that, it just tickles my nose to death, and I'm dying.
Yes, of course.
I'm dying. So I would roll my R's.
Yeah.
You know, yes.
I can't go there. I really can't. I like don't have the capabilities. I don't know.
Oh no! Can you roll your tongue at all?
No, I can like make shapes with it. Yeah, but
Oh,
I can't
okay, but you
I
can't
can't
do-
like do. I just can't.
I was advised to repeat the phrase pot of tea, pot of tea, pot of tea, pot of tea. Pot of tea, pot of tea, pot of tea. Over and over and over and over. Pot of tea, pot of tea, pot of tea.
And that
Yeah.
turns into a roll.
There you go. You did it.
Something in there.
Yeah.
Just happened.
It's
Pot of tea.
Pot of tea.
you gotta start with the first
Yeah.
and then it goes.
Yeah.
you
I
just
felt
get it
that
over
like
time.
a couple times. Yeah.
I'm just gonna drink over here. All right, let's keep rolling.
Yes. So typically they're from Rioja. Ribera del Duero is a little heart-shaped region of Spain that's about an hour south of that. A little bit lesser known, but really fabulous wines. Also, the thing about Spain is they're so budget-friendly.
Yeah.
You can get a fabulous bottle of wine at $15 or even under, and it's fantastic.
Cool.
It's really fantastic. So, our 4 steps here. We're gonna check out the color. It's red, but it's like a beautiful jewel-toned red that you can see through.
I'm a good student.
Yeah, there you go.
It's gorgeous.
Gorgeous color, right?
It has like sort of the Pinot Noir where you can sort of see through it.
A little
but
bit,
but
yeah.
yeah, not as light.
Yep. And then let's give it a swirl here
See if it got legs.
and a sniff.
Oh my God, I smell farts.
What did you smell?
I do. I smell farts. No. I'm sorry, but it has a manure smell. I'm sorry, it does.
All right. Okay, well,
It
here's
kind of does.
Here's the thing. To everyone listening at home, there's no wrong answers, right? Everyone feels like, well, I don't know, and I don't know what to buy, and what if I say the wrong thing? Well, Lauren just said manure and farts, right? And guess what? She's not wrong, because your palate is subjective. Your palate is totally subjective. So what you smell really is individual to you.
It's earthy for
It's
sure.
earthy, but what I'm getting here is a lot of ripe red fruit, like cherry, even some red plum in there. But I'm also getting a really interesting characteristic, pepper and
I
baking
smell
spice.
pepper for
Yes.
sure.
Cinnamon, cloves, and so what that tells me is that this wine was aged in oak,
Okay, right.
which if I didn't know was from Spain already, that might have been a clue.
Yeah.
The Spanish love their oak. Love their oak. And if you like oaky wines at home and you haven't tried wine from Spain, you will definitely want to give this a go.
Okay.
So, smells nice, huh? Let's give it a swig, huh?
Oh my God, I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
That's
Because it has
really
like
good.
it has the, I mean, I'm not going to do the notes, I'm sorry, but it has like a Cabernet Sauvignon, like richness and body to it, but it has like a peppery aftertaste.
yeah.
Like the finish is peppery.
Yes. This is really velvety smooth.
It is
to me,
so
too.
velvety smooth.
Which seems like it's kind of an oxymoron, right? Like, how can I have a peppery finish and also be smooth?
But it does.
But it does.
It just sort of like dries the tongue as it goes away.
So that is an indication of what we call tannins.
Oh, okay. So maybe it's not
Yes.
pepper that I mean,
No,
maybe I
you're-
miss.
no,
Okay.
no. I would say pepper, but tannins are a natural compound that occurs in the wine. Is a natural preservative. Red wines can be. When you're thinking about it in your sommelier brain, you do want to ask yourself, is there a presence of tannins in the glass or not? And it's exactly that. It's that sensation of dryness on the tongue that makes you want to take another sip.
It just makes me want to take one too.
Keeps you thirsty.
And it's interesting, it smells different, like after you've gone back to it, and after you've tasted it, it does have different, like now I'm starting to smell the cherry, which I didn't smell at first because I smelled like paper and like hay. Like it's so weird, like I did, I don't know what that is about.
Barnyard. It's a barn. She's smelling barnyard.
Go buy it, it smells like a barnyard. No, it tastes amazing.
Yeah, so this is really fabulous too. This will be a really fun wine to have for summer. This will be the fullest bodied wine we have on our wine list this summer. And I would even recommend having it with a little chill on it.
Yeah,
If you
I
put-
was literally getting ready to ask you that.
Yes. So if you put this in the fridge for about 20 minutes,
It's just
be
crisp.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Perfect.
and
Not
what would
too
you
much for
eat this
summer.
with? What would you order at White Hill when you order this wine?
This would be a fantastic pairing to our burger, which is a very popular dish. But we also have a really fabulous bistro filet.
Oh, yum.
With that's actually served with fingerling potatoes and a little chimichurri sauce.
Ooh, yes.
Which even though that's a little bit of kind of a South American flair, that might go really well with the pepper.
I just got really hungry just thinking about that. Okay, you know, my favorite thing at White Hill is their mussels.
Yes.
So your mussels are in a beer broth, right?
Yes.
And what would you drink
Yes.
with that? I mean, would it be a wine or would it be more like a beer?
You could
be
go
one of
either way.
these
I do love that our mussels have a really sweet little clap back to the brewery.
Yeah.
So for a wine, I would rosé
lighter
all day.
wine?
Honestly,
Yeah.
you can pair rosé with anything and it'll be delicious. Also bubbles, anything bubbly,
Oh,
champagne, cava,
Prosecco or-
Prosecco. That all would be great. From a beer perspective, we do have a Kolsch style ale that would be beautiful with the mussels, actually, because we describe it on the menu, it's so funny, as a beer flavored beer. But it is meant to be, you know, it's intentional, but it is meant to be uncomplicated, simple, light, easy drinking.
Yeah. Summer day
Summer
beer.
day beer. Yeah.
With
So I
those
would definitely
mussels,
recommend that.
woo. So they also offer growlers.
Yes, we do.
As we've shown here.
Yes, we do.
And tell us a little bit about the SOB.
Oh,
Because that's sassy.
Yes, this cutie right here. Hi. So we have started brewing hard seltzers in addition to beers at White Hill,
Nice.
which is really great.
Fun.
You know, we are intentionally hoping to be a very inclusive environment and you know, an inclusive culture. And part of that means providing a little bit of something for everybody. Say you're not a beer drinker or you have a gluten allergy, right?
Sure.
You know, we want to have something there for you.
So cider has no gluten?
Cider has no gluten generally.
Wow, that's so cool. I didn't know
But
that.
a lot of for me personally, cider gives me like instant headache.
Yeah. Like champagne.
So what's fun about the magnificent SOB, it's not profanity. It stands for strawberry orange basil.
Oh, cool.
And our head brewer, Greg Wingett, made this with entirely fresh ingredients. So there are no strawberry-like chemicals or orange-like chemicals. It is fresh.
That is so cool.
It is delicious, but it sells out quick every time
bet.
Greg brews something like this. So get it while it's hot. You can also take it home in our cute little crowlers
They're so
here.
cute.
Yes.
Love it so much.
The other beers I brought to show you were our Cosmic Messenger, which is a hazy pale ale.
Okay.
And our 5th iteration of Sea Change, which was the first beer Greg ever brewed with us. And this is a West Coast style IPA. So
Fabulous.
for men like we live with,
Yeah,
they might
they
really
love the San Diego IPAs
Yes,
right
yes,
here.
yes,
That's
yes.
I'm imagining I'm going to pocket this one and take it home to my husband. This is so exciting.
Yes!
I want to hear another song in a minute, right? In 2 seconds, and we're going to sit here and maybe pour another glass of wine. I'm not going to lie. Thank you so much for talking us through that. That was
my
so
pleasure.
exciting. And ladies and gentlemen, if you can go to Y Hill and get one of their wines or their beers or their SOBs, please do that and support local restaurants, local businesses. Support Sarah and her husband, Chris. It's very exciting what you guys have done over here. We're so happy to have you back in this area. Thank you for coming home. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you are going to hear one more song from Carly Grissom. Here she is, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, George. Where did you go, George? I know you're near, George. I've caught your eyes, George. I want your ear, George. I've a surprise, George. Everybody loves Louie. Louie's simple and kind. Everybody loves Louie. Louie's lovable. Seems we never know, do we, who we're going to find. And Louie the baker is not one I had in mind. But Louie's really an artist. Louie's cakes are an art. Louie isn't the smartest. Louie's popular. Everybody loves Louie. Louie bakes from the heart. The bread, George. I mean the bread, George. And then in bed, George. I mean he needs me. I mean like dough, George, George. Louie's always so pleasant. Louie's always so fair. Louie makes you feel present. Louie's generous. That's the thing about Louie. Louie always is there. Louie's thoughts are not hard to follow. Louie's art is not hard to swallow. Not that Louie's perfection, that's what makes him ideal. Hardly anything worth objection. Louie drinks a bit, Louie blinks a bit. Louie makes a connection. That's the thing that you feel. We lose things, and then we choose things, and there are Louis, and there are Georges. Well, Louis and George. But George has George, and I need someone Louie. Everybody loves Louie, him as well as his cakes. Everybody loves Louie, me included, George. Not afraid to be gooey, Louie sells what he makes. Everybody gets along with him. That's the trouble. Nothing's wrong with him. Louie has to make his way. George can only make his. Louie it is!
Woo! Yes! I love it. Cheers to you, and cheers to Louie. I love that song, Sunday in the Park with George, one of my favorite shows ever.
So good.
Thank you for sharing your talent with us tonight. Do you like how I brought my red wine with me over?
I'm jealous.
Would you like your glass, please? Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to thank Jay Wright at the piano. Yes, Jay Wright. Also, if you didn't know it, Jay Wright, you can hand it to her. Jay Wright also wrote our intro, not only for Living Room Live, but also character building. Thank you so much, Jay. And of course, Carly Grissom for performing and speaking with us tonight. Thank you, Carly. And thank you, Sara Abernathy, for sharing not only your wine-like prowess, but also your incredible story. And I want to thank Trayvon Carr. I want to thank Jeremy Diamond. I want to thank Charlie Brady, Eric Collins. Thank you so much, you guys, for making the show run so smoothly. We have cool things coming up. We have on character building, ladies and gentlemen, in April, we have the one and only Betty Buckley. Hello, Tony winner, Grammy and Emmy nominee, just incredible Broadway icon. She is going to be with me talking about her career and her life. Betty Buckley, y'all, you gotta tune in. Check that out. And of course, we also have coming up live in this theater, Mike Wiley is doing his one-man show, Fire of Freedom, which is gonna be very exciting. That is in celebration and honor of Juneteenth, so that's June 18th through the 20th. We'll also be offering it as a video on demand, but come in person, we'll be very safe. And we'll socially distance here in our new space, and you'll get to see him do a live performance. It'll be magical. And then at the end of April, I think April 26th, let me look at the card. Yep, April 26th, we have Estes Tarver and Carrie Marshall. They will be here to perform. They are from Moonlight Stage Company. They are incredible artists, both of them, actors, singers, extraordinaire. I'm so excited to have them. So cheers to you guys for tuning in every week to see Living Room Live and donating and supporting live theater. Thank you so much. So everybody, wear your mask, get vaccinated if you are eligible, and let's get back to a theater very, very soon. Good night, and thank you for coming. Good night. Good night.